Whew. All right. Hello. My chair keeps rolling backwards, and I'm tired of that. Um, but hello, welcome in. It's it's a day, not a bad day. It's just been a day. Um, I'm trying to make sure. Hello, Frizzy Izzy. I'm trying to make sure I've prepared fully for stream. Because I literally was like, all right, meeting's over, yeet everything to death at work, just shut it down. I had a good day at work, I will say that. Um, and then popped in over here almost immediately. Thank goodness I was kind of preparing during the meeting, and then I was just waiting for the time to click to tick down, and I was listening somewhat, but they started getting too technical about things, and I was like, well, that's not for me. Anyways, thank you for coming to stream. How are you doing today? I'm having a pretty good one. Had a good dinner. Excited for some toast or something later on. It'll be delicious. Anyways, let's play some Rise of the Golden Idol, the second DLC. Sup, Beef? And the Lemurian Phoenix. It's a crazy story out here. Let's review what has happened thus far. What are y'all doing now that y'all are out of school? So the king was killed by the first sentinel. And then we jump to a different time, maybe same time period, where the people are taking the prophecy of something way too seriously. First sentinel, thinking about that. Nope, that's not what I want. This one. Well, we'll see on here. First Sentinel. Interesting. I don't think I connected it. So the first Sentinel is the person who killed the king in this particular one. That's not a mystery. That was the first case of this whole DLC. But then we go to the first Sentinel's existence. Can we just go out, please? There we go. Then we come over here to Eternity's End. And first Sentinel was poisoned to death. First Sentinels may not accept donations. These are the waterfall proclamations. The first Sentinel, Nagasai, did not live forever indeed. He definitely died. That's what this is. But the last proclamation is that he will live forever because his two idiot sons are too dumb to be leaders, but not too dumb to kill him. So, oh boy. I just hope the music's not too loud, but I don't think it is. My microphone's pretty close to my mouth. So then let's go back out. Alright, so the first Sentinel. 2 weeks before the first Sentinel's death, Rallo Krish had prescribed a homeopathic moondrift solution to treat the Andipy virus and its main symptom, foamy vomit. Koi theorized that Koi, being one of the first Sentinel's sons, one of the twins, by the way, according to the key principles of homeopathy, the moondrift flower should therefore cause foamy vomit. He wondered if it could be used as a topical poison to kill his father without arousing suspicion, and set about his test. Now, what I want to know before we jump into the new cases, was there anywhere in this information that we were here looking at that suggested that the moondrift flower was anything of any great importance? Because I don't recall that being anything. Like, we see these flowers, we have what's in here. Doesn't say anything about moondrift in here. So I'm trying to figure out if I just missed something important, or I was just supposed to figure something out. Like, I just see that moondrift. Oh, so they wanted you to put together. I see. I don't think I read this as words. That this was moondrift. I don't know if this was actually here last time. They've been doing some updates. This may have been here. I don't know. But over here, under the guy who gives homeopathic information, this guy who's dancing in a weird dress thing, that the whole point is that you boil it down, you dilute it until it's just water. The whatever thing that is causing the active ingredient, you dilute it until it's just water, pretty much. And so this kid right here figured that if he took that homeopathic solution, that the thing that causes the symptom of foamy vomit, that if you boil that, if you do that in concentrate, it could potentially kill someone. It could have just been they vomited more, but no, it actually kills them, which is unfortunate. But all that to say, is this the one that killed the king? And the answer is, I don't know. It's a very good question, and a question that we're probably going to answer here eventually. That water's so good. Water is one of the best drinks in the world. All right, anyways, let's go back out. It feels like the music's different in this. I don't know. Let us continue. Ascension. A secret is unearthed at Koi's temple. I mean, okay. We don't have a lot of words or as many sites as before, and also, is this the last? And I say that because no, we got two more, because usually we get this day night cycle thing where it looks different during the day. It's snowing and it's only inside. Interesting. But during the day, busy, all the things happening. Okay, flower pots on stairs. I'm on it. Leftovers in a foil swan. Cool. I never know where to start looking at these things, because otherwise you get weird ideas of what the order is of everything. Anyway, see all those planters down there? They're going on the stairs, a row on each side. That's your job for this afternoon. You can carry on with the roof ones tomorrow. Foreman, I need to borrow Betsy again. Treat your boys to lunch at the new pub in town today. On me. Take your time. Keep the change. They need Betsy. I need to borrow Betsy again. Go to lunch on my dollar. Take your time. Keep the change. Whoever Koi is. Interesting. That's it. This explains the discrepancy. I'm going to have to talk to him about this. It has to stop. Okay. I'm sure that'll come into play soon enough. An inhaler. Everyone here looks dry. Like their lips all look chapped. And like they may, I can't say spent too much time in the sun, but definitely just look dry. And as I was just saying, drink more water. LAF? LWF? I don't know what this means. It's an excavator. That's an excavator. Okay. And then Waterfall Proclamation. So this is now in the future. This is a future area because this used to not have. So when this was decided in 1940 to 1941, the events of the previous First Sentinel's death, there was nothing here. It was just, what it looked like when we just the two kind of white buildings, very simple. Now we have a whole modern house. It's so fancy. All right. Waterfall Proclamations. It was continued. Okay. January 3rd, 1941. Sincere gifts are to be distinguished from donations. First Sentinels may permit the former. A First Sentinel need only relinquish all material possessions and wealth once in his lifetime. From then onward, he may keep whatever the universe bestows upon him, provided it is for the benefit for all. Oh, ooh. It became a cult so fast. January 3rd, 1941, First Sentinel Pravi Nagasai will live forever through his favorite son, Koi. That is not what the rules over here said. We'll go visit those again. August 2nd, 1945, First Sentinel Koi Nagasai must spread his love to his female followers who are to embrace this honor. And that's how it became a cult real quick. Okay, so the original Waterfall Proclamations before his idiot son got into power was that when the First Sentinel dies, his eldest son succeeds him. If the First Sentinel has no sons, there can be no new First Sentinel until another is chosen by the universe to fulfill the ancient prophecy. In the case of twins, because that's when his twins were born in 1915, and November 23rd, 1915. In the case of twins, there can be 2 First Sentinels. His sons were absolutely terrible, which is why he made the proclamation of he's going to live forever. And then they killed him. But over here, obviously, Koi likes the power and the money, I guess. And so it was decided. So like I said, I think he probably died somewhere between the last proclamation and now this one. So it was only a few months. Anyways, Koi definitely wants to have the power and the women and the money. Just kind of horrible. It started off as a good, legit, like kind of cool. We'll call it a cult. Okay, this is by the same company. It's a dump truck. This is a forklift. Cool. That doesn't look like Koi. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, this is where we are with things now? Okay. Alright, let's read this. We have a fire extinguisher. I know how to speak, but only sometimes. Fire extinguisher. And a evacuation plan, I guess. Hello, Ramona. Hi, how's it going? Welcome in. We out here just solving all the things. Sound of chanting and drummings are blasting from the speakers. It must be loud. Probably to cover up the sounds of the heavy machinery outside. We'll look at him later. Incredible. Bro's floating. Your new name is Tessa Navari. It's all coming together. Oh, no worries. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Tessa Navari, if you haven't been watching from the beginning of... from the beginning of the base game of The Rise of the Golden Idol. Right? Yes, absolutely. Um, tell picture she's about to miss this. She's about to miss details. Anyways, this is apparently before Tessa got to. This is before, I think. What year was that placed in? The 70s. This is like 20 years before then. 20 to 30 years before then, actually. Okay, cool. So this is your new name is Tessa Navari, meaning naive one. You know what? Valid. Um, Unbelievable. This changes everything. I'm sure it is. Your new name is Sarita Shona, meaning independent one. Once again, she looks so dry. All right. Amazing. What an honor it is to witness this. This, she doesn't look dry. She looks very moist. She looks glowy. She might be pregnant. Who knows? Uh, your new name is Nali Zarati, meaning coddled one. You know what? Kind of meaning rude. It's a little. These names are a little bit rude. Just want to throw that out there. I will say, for I have names that pop up in my brain from childhood that just go on repeat in my idiot head, and one of those is Zarati. Mrs. Zarati was the librarian at my elementary school. She was so eclectic. She was one of those people that always chewed gum. She definitely smoked for so many years. She always had on beautiful red lipstick. Her hair was kind of short. I feel like she could have been Italian American or something. Hard to tell. I wasn't aware of that as a kid, as like a 5 to 10 year old, obviously. Anyways, her name was Mrs. Zarati, but not spelled the same way this girl's name is. But she was so cool. She always had big bangles on, lots of rings. Like she could have been from Jersey for all I knew. She was great. She was a great librarian. Um, I should look her up to see where she is, but I don't know her first name. I never knew her first name. I just knew her last name, Zarati, but it's spelled like karate. But instead of a K, it was an X or Z. Oh, it was a Z. There we go. Um, Never seen this person before. Little baby face. No hardship in her life. Astonishing. His mind and body must be in perfect sync with the universe. Your new name is Fez Relaki, meaning wise one. Okay, that's the least rude one. All right. We have an idol. It's gold. We don't see any gems, so it's not going to be doing. I mean, who knows what it could do? I don't know. This. Oh. You just can't have any old facial hair. Anyways, this is definitely coy. Congratulations, dedicants. Today, you will all progress to level 9, granting you access to some of Lemuria's most ancient knowledge. The process will begin with a demonstration. While in a deep trance, I will activate this ancient relic with my mind, and you shall witness its miraculous powers. Tell no one what you see, for they are not ready yet. Afterwards, you will renounce your old life and embrace your new name, which the universe has chosen for you. Let us begin. That feels like a speech, but he has it down on paper, so I don't know. This is fine. And then we got keys to his Loris, and I don't know. There's only like one actual key that I can see, and then maybe another. This could be a key to a safe. This could be a key to, I don't know. There's a lot of key rings for one key. Okay. And then now we get to. Oh, I see. That's where his hair is. I was like, what is that on the side of his face? That's his weird beard. All right. So going back outside. Let's change to night. Because right now it's like 3 p.m. We're going to change it to 8 p.m. And we can only go inside. Bro, what are you doing? You know what? This is fine. Once this is done, I can finally rest. Okay. We have similar key. This is the same key. This is similar key. This is not the same. nor is this. I was like, what is he doing? Then I forgot that at some point you had to crank your car to get it to start. JP has permission to leave the compound walls until 11 p.m. Signed KN. Koi Nagasai. JP. You'll need this when you get there. Dispose of this note once you're done. LOTE. Lote is what I'm going to go with. We'll see if I remember that in 10 minutes. Last night I was once again haunted by my dark secret in my sleep. Will this recurring nightmare ever cease? As so far before, my father's specter entered my room until when darkness fell. He lifted a finger to his lips and whispered, "You will pay for what you did to me, a life for a life." Okay. Does this mean this is the other brother? They were twins, so I don't think he's the same, but maybe, I don't know. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Oh, man. The idea of future of cards is wild. We have a Loris. We have a Bellator. And we've got a Mech. Which is a guy riding side saddle on a horse. That's adorable. And then we have another escape plan for the fire extinguisher. Was this all taking place in the garage? Hear me out. We went through here. We have a... Oh, okay, let's go back here. I want to see where this puts us in the garage. Okay, that puts us in the... Okay, just wanted to see. They are prepared for a fire, so that's a good thing. Where else are we supposed to go here? Oh, there's a... I almost didn't see this arrow. Ooh, I hate that his toes are wiggling. But not for reasons you would think. Okay, so there's his dad. And there's him. Where's his brother? That's really the confusing thing. Encyclopedias A through Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. We don't have V in here. V should be up here. W, X, Y, Z. Okay. I knew there was going to be something. So I just went ahead and counted it out. Or alphabeted it out. So V is like... is functioning as both a number and a letter. Cool. For some reason there's a dead bird. I like how they say that something's not breathing, like it's not straight up dead. It's just like it's not breathing, and I'm like, bro, it lost its head. What are you talking about? Ori's camp, that snake. Say, it's freezing in here. Do you mind if I close the window? Okay. Being so perceptive, I expect you already know that our comrade has sadly left for Ori's camp. Never struck me as the type, to be honest. So, struck or banished? Why is that an option? So he drives the spaceship looking thing and the thing next to the spaceship. I don't know what this is. I feel like this is something to deal with the idol. Let's go here. This is the plan, the floor plan of something, or I guess the plan of that setup of that room. But we've seen it without it being crumpled up, so that's an interesting thing. All right. Helen Martin, desperate to shake mommy and daddy's little princess image, responds to flattery. Lizzie Young, strong thirst for knowledge, liable to stop donating if she thinks she's learned everything. Nina Lavelle, fears appearing foolish, easy to manipulate through validation. Maggie Carter wants to prove she can handle herself, seeks to impress when subtly undermined. Okay. Got some good old manipulation tactics or studies. Gresto Nosy. Father scribe since beginning. Strong believer, good to have an inner circle. Just don't let him overstep his bounds. Has been showing signs of doubt lately. Keep an eye on him. Jamati Pira. Reliable ever since he showed up here. Has had opportunity to turn on me early on, but proved his loyalty and worth that day. Not too bright, but useful servant. Does as told, no questions asked. Is that the one? Is that the person who's out in the garage? All right, we have the idol. We have one furniture expenses. We're talking about in quarters, like spring range is the quarter 2, autumn range is quarter 3. Or maybe are we going with colors? Birdcage, spring range. This is more springy than this is. So this is the autumn range of the rug. I think I saw the spring runner in the garage. And there's a spring cover. And then we have... This is the room we're in with more fire extinguisher and floor plans. Okay, we've gotten everything. Let's go out to the garage real quick one more time. There's the spring thing, so that means just gives the energy of someone being dead and being buried somewhere. I don't know why you need a ladder for it, but who knows? Maybe it's to make sure you keep digging deeper. Yeah. Seems like murder happened. So let's figure out who everyone is. Tessa Navari. Okay. Sarita, Nali, and Fez. Okay. To do this, we need to go look at the book. Yeah, we need to go look at the... Well, let's get a couple of people we already know. This is Gresto. That's his name. I don't know, I said Grish. Gresto, and then we have, maybe this is Jamati. He seems like he's not good at asking questions to people. This is Koi Nagasai. All right. How do we go about this? Let's go back to day. Let's go in here. Okay, so she's the naive one. No, but that's not where we need to be. We need to be over here in this other room. Looking at this. Okay. Helen Martin. Desperate to shake mommy and daddy's little princess image. Response to flattery. Let's move this over. We don't need these for now. Okay. Lizzie Young, strong thirst for knowledge, liable to donate. Stop donating if she's learned everything. The wise one, maybe? So this could be Lizzie Young. They're worried about the smarts of her. Fears appearing foolish, easy to manipulate through validation. Nina Lavelle. I feel like we knew Tessa's name back in the day. So maybe Tessa is Nina. I feel like we've heard her name before, but we could be wrong. We'll see. Desperate to shake mommy daddy's little image. I think this Nali Zarati is actually Helen Martin. we'll see. This is our first go at this. And then Maggie Carter wants to prove she can handle herself, seeks to impress when subtly undermined. She's the independent one. Yeah, Maggie Carter. That gives in okay. The coddled one. What do we know about Tessa thus far? Also, welcome in, Picture of a Crook. Nice to have you in here again. Always. I don't think Maggie Carter's incorrect. Helen Martin would they choose the name to make sure they stay where to keep the status quo? Lizzie, you think? Okay, so Lizzie, strong thirst for knowledge. She did seem to have some money, but I think she also got funding from. Nope, that's not what we said. Lizzie Young. But a lot of her funding came from, well, I guess she had the Harmony Foundation. Maybe this is still Helen Martin. This is giving me Mommy and Daddy's Little Princess, the coddled one. Response to flattery. And then this would be Nina. Fears appearing foolish. She's the wise one. So it is mean. Okay. We're still incorrect. So this is great. Okay. We're going to remove all of them. We're going to start fresh. Okay. Desperate to shake Mommy and Daddy's Little Princess. Image response to flattery. Let's see if we can parse something based on their behavior during this thing. Tessa says incredible. Sarita says unbelievable. This changes everything. She might have the thirst for knowledge. Honor to witness this. His mind and body must be perfect, synced with the universe. Okay. Okay. Wait, she was at the thing. She was in the room. This is the wise one. Sorry, my chair started slipping backwards and I had to reorient myself at my computer. Okay, so okay, so Nina Lavelle, no. Lizzie Young. Maggie Carter. Nina Lavelle. Response to flattery. So if they call her the wise one, then it's like, okay, so they think I'm good. They think I'm doing all right. So maybe that's what they're thinking when they do that. Because the rest of them were kind of rude names. It's a great question. I don't know the answer yet. Okay. Yes, that's Gresto Nosy. The fact that they made this tab independent of this tab almost drives me insane because we could have had tabs that opened up where they needed to, but they said, let's make it different. Let's make it difficult. He looks like that. That's all we got of him this time around. We didn't actually, you know, let's go back. He was actually on the roof during the day. That's what he looks like. That's what the room looked like. He had an inhaler. But why? Hear me out. Why is that same picture? Where is it? Trash in his pocket. Maybe Gresto is Gresto. I know his name. Gresto is the one that was killed. In fact, I can only imagine that's what it is because he said he had. There's a discrepancy, and he's going to talk about it, and it has to stop. So it feels like Gresto was the one to die. I wonder what these workers have to do with any of this. I need to borrow Betsy again. Betsy? Is this Betsy? See those planners down there? They're going on the stairs, a row on each side. That's your job for this afternoon. You can carry on with the roof ones tomorrow. Betsy. That's her leftovers in a foil swan. Flower pots on the stairs. Definitely. But why leave this one person here? At the very least, something has to continue to get done, so the flower pots have to be done. Here's what I'm thinking about. Betsy is probably the backhoe or the excavator. I don't think this is actually carrying a body. At least not yet. Once this is done, I can finally rest. Last night I was okay, so this is someone who is definitely haunted. You will pay for what you did to me, a life for a life. He has the things here, but then he has 2 car keys. One for this and hmm. Oh, maybe this is Betsy. What just happened? This is Betsy. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Betsy is this card, not the excavator. I thought the excavator was going to come into play, but I think those are just red herrings because the body's back here. That's where there's a shovel. And they're just like, hey, can we borrow your construction stuff? And that's why there's a runner that's also under there in the spring variety because that color of blood is kind of apparent. Truly. Also, do you see these tire tracks going through this space? That's not a door. There's the door here. Where are you going? Where is this going? Interesting. And it's a three-wheeled vehicle, which means it's got to be this one. The Laris, because that's a three-wheel vehicle versus the four-wheel standard one right here. Okay. We've got to figure this out, though. Okay, so then I want to go back to day and look at this again. See if we can figure anything out. And why is the inhaler so important to this? Hang on a second. Let me jump back there. This vehicle. You can see how narrow it is in the back. There's only one tire, one wheel back here, and then there's the forward two. It's not a motorcycle. It would be on its side because there's no kickstand. It's giving Jetsons. It is a tricycle. At the very minimal, it is a tricycle. I do see that you spelled it a tricycle, but you know, we got it. Okay, so we still have to figure out who everyone is. I want to see. Okay, so based on that same paper that Gresto had on top and the one that was balled up in his pocket in the evening, that means he was courting around with this person. His mind and body must be in perfect sync with the universe. Fez Rolaki. I don't want this right now. I want to figure out who everyone is. Wise one. Honestly, I'm vibing with this music in here. So this is the one that's in his office later on. She's the wise one because she continues to hang out with him. I don't know, it's hard to tell when the cult leader is trying to get with all the women by the rules that he set forth. Why is this bird dead? Is it cold? Why is this bird dead? He's left the window open for too long. Being so perceptive, I expect you already know that our comrade has sadly left for Ori's camp. Never struck me as the type, to be honest. I'm very curious about what this is. But the two vehicles that he has keys for are the tricycle, one of these two, and the Bellator. This is the Bellator, this is the tricycle. But this doesn't really tell us anything other than the person that was on this square is her. Okay, let's get back to the name. I keep thinking, is it the... Are we paring down the letters in their name? Or what is the clue here? Maggie Carter. I think she's too old to be worrying about mommy and daddy's little princess image. I can't imagine her thinking princess in any form, but maybe. Nina Lavelle. Do we know this about Tessa Navari, though, that she has a strong thirst for knowledge, liable to stop donating if she thinks she's learned everything? Because that feels also like a Lizzie Young thing. So maybe she's Maggie Carter. And then that just leaves Helen Martin. Yeah. That's true. Let's do this. Because if we have almost everything else fixed except for 2 of these, then if I put 2 people down with the same name, we would be able to find it, but we got to get close enough for that. We've got to be able to logic our way through this. Okay. What do we know? Okay. Strong thirst for knowledge, liable to stop donating if she thinks she's learned everything, desperate to shake mommy and daddy's little princess image, responds to flattery. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I keep trying to think we have, but I don't know. This has almost empty. This has a full extinguisher. CO2. If he had problems breathing, if you cover someone or just surround them with enough CO2, they can suffocate. Yes, he had an inhaler. Yes, he did. Let's go look at this one. This one is also completely full. So whatever, that's why the bird's dead. The bird's dead because of the CO2. That's why the window's open, because they filled that room with CO2 so much that it suffocated whoever was in there during the day. Though we don't know that unless we've hit all the spots and got all the words, so. But we do know he was up top. And then he had to come down. Or, well, no. The ladder was there so he could climb out. So whoever set off the CO2 photosynthesis, you know what? That's such a long process compared to what we're working with. So the blood is not, that's not blood. That is, if you look at this rug, here you can see that there's 3 covers, there's 2 rugs and 1 bird cage cover. One of the spring range. If you can see the colors, we've got pink, green, and light blue. And then we have the autumn range. But you say that, and I'm thinking, well, we only had 1 autumn rug, and that's right here. So why is this spring range rug, that's in the garage right now? Oh, well, there's the pink. So there is blood on there. You're not wrong. I saw that. I was like, oh, wait, this must be the fall one. But no, there is 2 spring, 1 fall. This is the spring one with a dash of blood on there. So maybe... Ooh. This is interesting because, again, this now brings up the question of secret wall to where? But also, there's definitely a body. And suffocation happened. Something escape. Maybe he got knocked in the back of the head or something. Yeah. Yeah, the bird's dead because it's not breathing. As you can see. This, he got hit in the head, because if you look at this, it looks all bent up. In fact, it looks even more bent up over here. There's an actual dent, like he was hit in the back of the head, and then the room, so they knocked him out, and then they filled the room with carbon dioxide, and then whoever killed him escaped out here with the ladder. No, that doesn't make much sense to me. As it would make more sense to knock him out and then suffocate him so he can't scream or whatnot. Because it takes time to suffocate someone. So if they're banging on the window, like, someone's going to know what's happening. But then the question is, why would he leave this one person, her, here? I'm trying to remember if we've seen her in previous chapters. Nah, the hit to the head is to suffocate him. True, but if you just catch him in the back of the head... The problem is that I'm not seeing any blood in this room. That's also part of the issue. Is like, where did this happen? Unless the blood is on the rug and you just couldn't tell. But I think humans are pretty good at smelling iron in the blood. So someone will walk in and be like, smells irony in here. But I don't know. Hello, tiny pants. Pants of the tiny variety. Yes. Yeah, the spring runner. And then it got blood on it, which is why it's in the back of the truck in the garage. Yes. But I mean, I don't know if he necessarily planned to replace that rug. Yes, we do. We still have yet to name these women. How are you doing, tiny pants? We have yet to do that. I would rather solve this puzzle than try and figure out who everyone is. Are we missing something? It feels like we're missing something. Like, I don't think we've missed this clue anymore, thank goodness. I didn't miss this over here where the 5 is also the V of the encyclopedias is actually the 5 of the Roman numerals down here. These are diaries. This is the clue to the extra garage, the extra entrance. Oh, no worries. Wow, you have really good smelling. Smell, sense of smell. That's what it's called, right? Um, that's crazy cool. Now I love that it only smells like metal as we know it, because it oxidized. I learned that from Nile Red. I learned a lot of things from Nile Red. I'm excited to watch this video today. Technically, it's from Nile Blue, but it's Nile Red. Um. Anyways, uh, so these all look pretty dusty except for three. Three looks particularly not dusty. Five definitely fits up here as V. The idol, does the idol have to do with anything at this point? The idol made him levitate. Ooh, so this is interesting because now we have the idea that this is related to the idol somehow. Was this was on him? Let's go back to the day. This was on him when he was levitating. In fact, he has all these keys. This is the one he gave to the guy in the thing. He didn't have this in the evening. He only had these two and the extra of this, which means this is being powered by this. Like this is put at the bottom or something. We don't know where it is. But I'm pretty sure those things are affecting this. Yeah, Betsy's key. Which is why he has the key during the day, and in the evening they use Betsy. Independent one. Okay, so maybe this goes off of their wishes. Maybe this goes off their wishes. So let's go. Hang on a second. My ASMR has turned to speaking and it got creepy. Yes. Go back. Put you on repeat. I don't want to hear your voice because it's horrifying out of nowhere. Okay. So go back to night. I've never seen Outbreak, but that's sounds rough. Was the monkey's name Betsy? I assume it was. Sounds rough though. So let's assume. Yeah, we don't have Betsy's key. So I think we're 100% on that one. We also don't have this thing. What was the discrepancy he found? Anyway, let's go look at the names. We've got to figure this out. Let me tell you, I don't know how long Outbreak has been out. It feels like it's been out longer than 10 years, and I'm not going to watch it. But yeah, that's... Ooh. A little girl named it Betsy. Oof. Alright. We're going to figure this out. Okay. Independent one. No, let's go with what I was just thinking. Fears appearing foolish. Easy to manipulate through validation. So maybe there's in the description of what their name is, there's a direct opposite of it in their real name. Yeah, so wise one, so foolish, Nina Lavelle. And then strong thirst for knowledge. So Lizzie Young would be the person who's naive. Wants to shake mommy and daddy's little princess image. Responds to flattery. Coddled one, but that's just saying what she is. Though that is the opposite of what her goal is. So coddled one is Helen Martin. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then the opposite for Maggie Carter wants to prove she can handle herself. That's the goal, but that's also exactly what her name is, the independent one. Okay, let's go with Lizzie Young. No. Okay. Lizzie Young. Nina. Yeah, fears of appearing foolish. Okay. That snapped into place. So we need to swap these two. Oh, what's incorrect? Maggie. No, okay. I feel like I've done this arrangement before. No. I think we're still good here. Let's do... Okay. Doing Maggie here. Cool. Thank you. I don't know how I was going to figure that out. Okay. Let's see the events. Okay. We got it. New Helen is Maggie. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so and so discovered that so and so was being haunted by a blank in a recurring nightmare. Haunted? So and so discovered that Koi Nagasai was being lifted by a forklift in a secret room. Hang on a second. I shall switch places. Hopefully you can see that better. Mm-hmm. Secret room. When confronted about this, ugh, gotta know everyone here. Ugh. So the miracle with Koi. Do you want to see the video or the? Let's go back. So the forklift is down here while this is happening right now. Excavator? Why is he? I still don't understand this picture. Like, I see everything here, but that doesn't make. Yeah, this is the picture of the yoga room. But there's definitely something back here. So there might be more than one forklift. It actually might be why they're not doing rooftop things. Because the other forklift is behind here. And it's also way too easy. How do they... And that's why the music's so loud. Because the forklift is right there. Lifting and lowering this guy up like he's floating. There's easier ways to do this, bro. There's people in New Orleans that just sit on nothing. Y'all here making this too hard. This isn't even a real golden idol. Or maybe it is. Who knows? Unless this is the key to the forklift. At least one of them. There's two keys. One has a different symbol on there. This is the key to the one that's down on the ground in this space. The other one, which only is operated by the guy that's no longer in the... This guy in the garage, he was the one working that, I think. Bro, something's not catching on that car. You've been trying to start this for an hour. What is happening? Okay. Yeah, and it does look like it could be a three-wheel car, but it also could just be a vehicle driving out in one way and out the other way until the tire tracks cross over. That is the yoga room. So that's what this is trying to tell us, is that there is something behind this room right here, which is where the thing was happening, and that's where that's happening. That's where the other forklift is. We just can't see it, but that's where it is. They put so many clues in this one little picture right here. That's very interesting. Okay, so Gresto, I can never remember his name. Gresto discovered that Koi was being lifted by a forklift in a secret room. When confronted about this, Koi first banished with a blank. No, he struck Gresto with a fire extinguisher. Then Koi blasted Gresto with the fire extinguisher. Afterwards, Koi ordered that the body be disposed of by Jamati. You think we'll get a first try? Because Gresto, he knows too much. Gresto Jamati, you need to do something better with your life. You're so young. You can do literally anything else except for start this car. Bruh. Gresto. I forgot his name, but that's why we have this. Nosy. It's right there. Koi, Nagasai. Struck Gresto with a fire extinguisher. You take away his oxygen long enough, you'll kill it. Kill him. I don't know why I don't do this in a way that makes sense. Like, I could have done the first paragraph and the second and the third. But what I said was, let's get the common names done, and then we'll start filling in the blue. Forklift. And a secret room. Alright, then Koi, the heathen he is, blasted Gresto with the fire extinguisher. Afterwards, Koi ordered that the body be disposed of. Okay, what's incorrect now? I mean, theoretically, I guess we could swap these because could be correct. I don't know. I wouldn't want to suffocate someone just to then hit them in the head. I would definitely strike them and then make sure they're dead. Blasted and then struck. You were right. You were right. That doesn't make any sense to me, but no, whatever works. It got the job done, unfortunately, for Gresto. Alright, when Gresto revealed that he figured out how Koi's levitation trick worked, Koi feared Gresto might expose him as a fraud. Knowing Gresto to be asthmatic, Koi blasted him in the face with carbon dioxide, killing his own pet bird in the crossfire. With Gresto debilitated and gasping for air, Koi bludgeoned him over the head with the heavy fire extinguisher, killing him instantly. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense, but I don't like it. Yes, we did. Noble citizens of Lemuria, my father has brought great shame upon the Manzek family. I assure you my vision for this fine country bears no relation to his. To demonstrate my commitment to our ancient traditions, my first act as king shall be to appoint none other than First Sentinel Pravi Nagasai, he who has fulfilled the ancient prophecy, to the position of royal spiritual advisor. In this role, First Sentinel Nagasai shall have access to me in a few ways others are permitted. In a way few others are permitted. Twice a year before each solstice, he shall meet with me privately to help shape the path I lay out for our nation over the following period. From this day forth, no monarch shall be without his or her spiritual advisor, always the first sentinel of the day. Let us never forget our spiritual roots, for we are not Westerners, but proud Lemurians. So this was the previous king, before he was also killed. So these two were killed by the first sentinel. Hear me out. Hear me out. Let's go back to that very first one. First sentinel was already dead. What we actually got was guy covered in a different vehicle. I think this is actually Koi. Or maybe we're running on two different timelines. I think this is actually Koi, though. Both leaders are dead. But to what end? Do they have some sort of deal? he's been courting him as much as he's been courting him back. I don't know. This is fascinating, but interesting. I think that's actually Koi. We got time to do some more. Let's go. Revelation. Ori receives a haunting message. Oh. Okay. Ori, is this the twin? Yea, blessed one, I have heard your words and recorded them faithfully. I will relay them to my dedicants imminently. Imminently. There we go. By your command it shall be done on the date you have given me. Bruh. We have discovered a waterfall. That's all it said we discovered. But this one. This is idle activity here. But I don't know everything. I love this. Okay, so we have the cave outcropping here, 1594. First Sentinels only. So there's two Sentinels. There's Koi. Okay, so Koi and Ori. Ori is the brother, is the twin. Koi is the one with the square on his head. He is triangle? No, he's square. It's like I'm an idiot or something. Now I need to go see because now I don't know if I trust. So let's go to Ascension. Let's go look at old boy's head real quick. It'll take but a second. Yeah, he's triangle. So that's Koi. So the first, the proclamations by the original First Sentinel is definitely that the twins will become First Sentinels too. Now, I think his brother's been gone because, as we can tell by the new proclamations, that Sentinel Pravi Nagasai will forever live through his favorite son, Koi. First Sentinel Koi Nagasai must spread his love to his female followers. Anyways, that's very cult activities there. But this right here tells me that maybe Ori didn't know, or there was a fight that said that that maybe they have two different factions of Waterfall something other. I just realized I don't really know the name of the group. Anyways, one seems to be a little bit more in tune than the other. Alright, let's go back. Revelation. We have two First Sentinels. No trixies trying to get around that. You'd have to be like crazy good at acrobatics to do that. We also have this symbol on this thing that looks like a house. Is this part of this? It is. Okay. Things are coming together just a wee bit. Like we have a house, we have Nagasai. I don't see a square on there, but this is the house that's right there. That should have been there. This is Koi. I don't know. We'll get there. We shall get there. Okay. Okay. He's still breathing. Alright, let's go into the water. Almost at water cave. I was like, we're going into the waterfall. Or we were at the waterfall. Now we're going into the cave. Oh. And then like that, I thought the game froze for a second. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, this is their mom. So today, let's try that again. So ends today's reading of the scripture. Now prepare yourselves for First Sentinel Ori's shall soon return bearing the waterfall's divine proclamation. Until that blessed moment, let us pray that the wisdom our master brings will illuminate our path and strengthen our faith. Pravi, the temple, fire, and the waterfall. Okay. So he was inside the temple, and then the temple caught on fire. These are the same symbols that were on the people catching on fire situation. Passionate, fiery. I don't know what the X is inside the house thing. Anyways, the waterfall decided to bless him by putting out the fire, and he came back to life. He was dead, and then he was alive, unconscious, and then awake. Okay. This is going to be a doozy. We may not finish this one tonight. All right. I can't wait to hear what reading is so hard. I can't wait to hear what the waterfall has told Master Ori. I wish I could hear its voice too. We're so lucky to serve the one true chosen leader. How could such a perfect figure be brothers with that blasphemous fool, Koi? That's what I thought. I'm sorry, what? Is this your hear me out? It's like, hear me out. That waterfall, though. I will. You must help your mother. Lion did hinder his mother. Waterfall did kill Lion. Tortoise did help his mother. Waterfall did reward Tortoise. This is Waterfall. This is 100% Waterfall. This is Mother? Lion is this. Tortoise, like the shell. This is a reward. Help is this symbol that looks like a hand scooping or something like that. Lion did not help his mother. He was the opposite of help, hindered. So this dot means the opposite. Tortoise did help his mother. His mother is also a tortoise, by the way. That's why we have the symbol here. This is mother. It's the same as you, I should say. You, your mother. Maybe mother is not this symbol right here. This is a belonging symbol when you're attached at the bottom, but maybe mother is this circle dash line to that. Okay, this part is all mother. This is who the mother belongs to. You must help your mother. Must, is that what the dot means? If it's on the bottom. Bottom dot means it's a command or something. This is kill, like X'd out. Lion, waterfall, lion hindered his mother. So this is a lesson in don't be a bad kid. Okay, so let's go back and look at the sexy waterfall. Hang on, we've got to open this up real quick. Okay, so we have more things to fill in. Okay. This is Ori's temple. No. Insight, no. This is just temple. We don't have core yet. We don't have all the words or anything. Okay. So we have, this is telling the story of that. Cool. Or better not cool because it's fire. But let's, no, we got to go back because that is kind of sexy. Look at those arms and legs. That tickly tendrils of water touching on the guy that was on fire. Fantastic. All right, so let's close that and let's continue looking through everything. All right, we have. Okay, let's see. The first proclamation has something to do with sinners. I'm sure the second one was about the dedicants and their money. The third mentioned not endangering someone. The fourth involved not leaving. The fifth mentions a virus. No, no, no. I'm going to miss Master Ori's grand revelation if I can't figure these out soon. His words shape our very purpose. Okay. And then we have this door. So we're killing someone, or is this sacrifice? What do we mean? Okay. Something about resurrect, that's for sure. Okay, so we got Hakoi here. That was easy. Okay, so then. Feels like they're not giving us a lot right here. So reward was the star thing. Oh. I wonder if these arrows are important to the way it's read. That it did hinder his mom. Yeah. Kill, but I don't know what it is about these. I don't know what about these arrows it is. Tortoise did help his mother. But this is also just Tortoise. Yes, but hear me out. There's a dot below here. This is not the same as the verb, though. We know the verb is in the middle. Like, this is read, from what I can see, how we would normally read it in English. But this dot suggests this says you must help versus the Tortoise did help. Did, this is past tense. Did is past. Waterfall did reward Tortoise. Waterfall did. Lion did. You must help. Yeah, that is a command. This is a chosen act of defiance of the original. But this is the future. This is future tense. This is past tense. Got it. Okay. Okay. I think we can get this. Pravi. I say that, then I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Okay. Enters. Did enter. This is all in the past. Definitely, that is a negation. The dot on top is definitely the negation. Okay, so I don't know what the line on top is, but I guess it's not also. Well, did not kill. We'll see. Pravi did enter temple. Fire did hold up. Did not reward. This is did not reward. That's not punish. Maybe it's punish. Did not reward, I think, though. My whole goal right now is actually to look. I don't know what that means. There's still so much we don't know. But let's figure this out, because the temple caught on fire. We know that fire did burn the temple. Maybe inside temple? We'll come back to that one. That might be the thing. This is the water. Stop the burn of the fire. Waterfall. Waterfall with the tickly fingers of love. I can't find the word waterfall right now, so just give me a hot second. There we go. It's the first one up there. Did extinguish fire. The fire burned, did burn Pravi, but fire did not kill Pravi. This is burn. This is fire. This is... I feel like the issue's either here or here. So let me put this temple here. Was he praying in there? Was he did pray inside temple? There we go. There we go. Cool. Okay. This is not the last level, which is terrifying, because this is usually last level sort of puzzling. So what we know from here is that these are past tense. So I don't know what that means. Did not kill mother. Koi. Yes. The bar above the verb means something did not or will not. Yes. If it's facing this way, if it's facing to the right, the arrow at the bottom, then it's a will not. If it's facing the other way with a wiggly line, I don't know if it ever is. Oh, so this way can also be wiggly too. What does that mean? Okay, let's figure this one out. I think this will now allow us to figure out everything over here, or vice versa. I don't know. Okay. Okay, let's start with. I just. Okay, hold up. What does this symbol mean? Proclamation? Coy's dedicants? I think so. So we got this. We got that part already. We already knew that. This is Ori will not reward the dedicants, sinners. These could be people with horns, so maybe sinners go in here, so he has to memorize this stuff because he was probably being bad. Okay, so I like what you're thinking with that. So will punish sinners. That's where this has changed. Because it says sinners will get second chances or will be taught through something else instead of being punished. But now they're like, Ori will punish these sinners. Y'all done messed up, AA Ron. Okay, so then we have the dedicants. Burn what? What are we burning? What are we burning? What is that? I don't know what that was. So I'm looking at this symbol, the one that looks like a power line. I don't know what that is. Unless this is you. Your dedicants. Because these aren't Kois. Burn. What's that burn? Yeah, that's burn. Burn. No, because there would be a dot below. I think maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Burn. What does that mean? Okay. Will. We know that because this is in the future. None of these are in the past on this one. And none of these are a must situation. Unless we take this as a double negative. Like this is the opposite and then the opposite of the opposite. Because there's this sideways umbrella looking thing, which I don't know what that means. But there's a dot above that, or we could perceive it as the dash above with a dot below it. Something we know that this is Ori though. We know this is Ori here. This is Koi's temple. No, Ori's temple. And will not kill. Maybe this is just dedicants. I don't think I realized that dedicants were just had its own thing. Right. Will not. But the dot placement is so bizarre. There's a dot above this one. This is a will not reward. This is a will not, did not, want not. I don't know. Yeah, will punish. Right. But again, what is this actually modifying? I suspect that these two can exist, but this only affects what's below it. So then the dot exists what's below it. So whatever this means, this is the opposite. Or it's the opposite, and then this is a will not do the opposite. I don't know how else to say that. This is this opposite of that. And this is the will not of all this together. Yes, I think we do. Trying to explain that without knowing what this means is really hard. I'm very curious about this. Virus will not kill Ori? Will not. Dedicants. These is all dedicants, I think. Will not. I think they won't leave Ori's temple because that's an actual place you can leave. In danger? But this is, what is this? Dedicants money? Is this money? This looks like this is the symbol for their money, I think. And then Ori is here. Then the question is, you think this is leave? This symbol is still. Well, here's the problem is that these two aren't the same. So one of these has to be leave and the other has to be something else. This looks like the entrance door. Will not enter. Will not protect. That kind of looks like a shield. In danger? Okay. This is. Okay, yeah. Well, not in danger. Yeah, I'm seeing that. Okay. What are you? Hold up. Something about dedicants and their money. Third mentions not endangering someone. Fourth involves not leaving. Fifth mentioned the virus. Had something to do with. The first proclamation had something to do with sinners. The second one about dedicants and their money. Dedicants will burn dedicants' money. Ori will punish the sinners. Dedicants will not endanger Ori. Dedicants will not leave Ori's temple. And the virus will not kill Ori. No. Okay. I think we have. These are the ones that are yes. Will punish the sinners. Will burn. I don't know how much it matters. The virus will not kill Ori. Dedicants must not. Oh, okay, just kidding. I still think this could be must not. No, I think, what if the dash is legit just will? I don't know. Well, there's not a dot on any of the first words. Or are you talking about the gray words? This is... Right. You're right. This is... The third one mentions not endangering someone. Let's find out. Someone didn't kill your mother. Virus didn't kill. I wonder if this is father? Hang on. Hang on. That's mother there. I thought maybe this was actually father if there was the dot. You must help your mother. The thing you must... Okay. Did kill. Look at the top two on each page. Yeah, this is the tortoise of mother, or the mother of tortoise. This is the symbol of you. Therefore, this is your mother. This is the mother of lion. You can see the oh, okay. I forgot I could zoom in because that wasn't a feature of the first game. In fact, it's even new. It's a new feature to this game overall. So yes, these are all mother up here. which is confusing because on this one we have mother, mother, but then what is that? Is this father? What do we think that is? Yeah, virus did not kill your mother. Maybe we'll do these in tandem. Virus did not kill your mother. All right. And then your father, your brother. This is brother. This is in line. I suspect father would be on the upper side. Your brother. Oh, no, no, no. The Is that the same? Hold up. We got to go look at the book. No, that's still mother. Okay. Oh, wait. No, 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 no. This is different. This is different. There's a line above this one on here. That's father. This is like a family tree. Your mother, your father. This is the father on this side. When the line is above there. Okay. The virus did not kill your father. Because we know that. We know that from the last time. Your brother killed your father. Okay. Feast well, kittens. You didn't leave. Will leave. Will leave. Okay. Will not leave. This is must. I wonder if this is must versus will. Fire will not burn you. Fire will not. That is command. This is not a command. Got it. Fire will not burn you. The waterfall will protect you. Waterfall will protect. Or endanger you? No, this is protect. We don't have the opposite dot. You. Fire will kill your brother. Okay, so Koi's dedicants will burn, must burn Koi's temple. Koi's dedicants must burn Koi's temple. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna learn what this means. Dedicants. There we go. Now that I realize that this is actually the command one versus the wiggly one. In fact, all of these should not be will. These are musts. Dedicants must burn dedicants' money. Dedicants must not endanger. They must not leave the temple. The virus must not kill. Nailed it. It's like I'm learning a language. Okay. This is great. Okay. So now we have you must leave Koi's temple. Koi must leave. You must not. All right, have a good one. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Get some good rest. Bye-bye. That's with a salute. Bye. Salute. There we go. All the hearts. Cool cat. Yeah. I used that today earlier and I was like, oh, what a good usage of that. Your dedicants burn Koi temple. Must burn. Must burn. Must not. You must not leave Koi's temple. Koi must not leave Koi's temple. Thank you. Your dedicants must burn. Trying to figure out the squiggly line and the straight line took a hot second, but realizing that the straight lines are commands, which is the must. The wiggly lines are did, but if it's going forward, it's a will. It's not a command, though. These are like promises. These are commands. Or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I'm trying to think. Let's look at the monument real quick. This is must not leave. So then, what does the dot over the leaving one mean? Stay? Must stay. Do we think that's enter? I forgot that was even an option. You must enter Koi's temple. Koi must enter his temple. Your dedicants must burn Koi's temple. You will not burn. That's crazy. This is the plan. Man. All right. Ori received a message from the waterfall that revealed Koi's dark secret and instructed him to see that both brothers took part in a deadly ordeal. both brothers? What? Let's take a look at this. Blasphemers brought to justice. Shasti and Danisi and the amazing flying boy. A pair of magicians who spread malicious lies about the blessed waterfall have been executed under new blasphemy laws. At a public cinema screening yesterday, husband and wife Shastai and Denise Akai were overheard questioning the veracity of the miracle that saved Pravi Nagasai. Today, both were found guilty of spreading misinformation before being swiftly beheaded. Boy, if we had laws like that now. The ruling and sentencing were given by His Majesty King Lutri Manzak with guidance from his spiritual advisors, First Sentinels Koi and Ori Nagasai. An older poster advertising the family's first show. Cute. Lemurians love Lutri. King Lutri's public approval ratings are at an all-time high thanks largely to his firm religious stance and new polling suggests. And then we have the last one here. I feel like this doesn't describe what we just saw. Ori received a message from the waterfall that revealed Koi's dark secret and instructed him to see that both brothers took part in a deadly ordeal. Okay, it revealed Koi's dark secret. For sure. But is this the deadly ordeal, this killing them? Is that the deadly ordeal because they were both First Sentinels? That's what I'm guessing. I don't think so. But let's go see, because we can do that. He was just trying to say no autopsy, but maybe that was his part in it. I don't know. I don't know if that's nearly as big as the... I don't know. His followers talk about him being blasphemous and terrible. So I don't know if they're really on good terms at this point. In fact, we know he isn't. Maybe that was the case. I don't know, maybe. That's a tough one. I'm sure more will come out next time. This has been a wild ride over here, though. Yeah. Maybe he did influence him to not... To say no autopsy, we're good on the autopsy front. Yeah, we did too, compared to the first two that we really struggled with. I even went back in this one to see if I just missed the clue about the whole moonflower or whatever it's called. It was so small, but you had to use some deductive reasoning, which I apparently did not get from my dad sometimes, and so I struggled a little bit. But we eventually got there, but it shouldn't have been as hard as it was, it feels like. This one was good. I enjoyed these two. I especially enjoyed this last one. That one was real fun. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for the night. As it sits on my stove it's 10:08. The brightest that display is going to be in digital. I shall end stream here. Thank you for coming today, and I'll see y'all next Monday. Have a good rest of your Monday, and have a good rest of your week. I'll catch you later. Thank you for coming by. Bye.